Next up, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy 175 Legacy 13 from Al Ewing. You got anything to say about it?
Do you have anything to say?
No, you tell me if you got anything. Do you have anything to say about it?
It's my pick of the week.
Hey, it's mine too.
That's the guy.
Oh, new animation. It's the guy's pick of the week. We're going to play it again.
That's the guy.
Damn. Oh, so you did one for a double.
Yes.
Oh.
So I've got new animations for pick of the week. We got That's the Guy's pick of the week. We got If This Wasn't My Pick of the Week.
That's Nate's pick
Oh.
of the week.
I can't hear it, but I hope it's great.
It's pretty badass. And then we've got mine.
That's Jim's pick of the week.
Nice.
But that being said, this is
That's the guy's pick of the week.
I've overplayed the button. Go ahead.
All right. Let's do some synopses here.
Here we go.
So we start out on Throne World 2 to be exact. Basically, the ruins of Hala, which was destroyed during the Kree-Shi'ar War. By the way,
And this is straight up epicness right here. This
Yes.
showing the planet. Oh man.
yes, yes. Okay, so basically, we show up there. The sacred ruins of Hala are being invaded by the progenitors or something. I can't remember exactly how to say that. But
Fucking weird. That's all I gotta say.
the weird guys, they're like celestial adjacent creature dudes. And we see that Hulkling is ordering like an evacuation of the entire planet. He's like, get off the planet. We're on our way, but get the fuck off. And then we cut to my favorite panel that we've had in comics in a while,
Ooh.
just because I love the continuity cohesion.
Okay.
We cut to Klurt in the proscenium, and which is basically the base that they are going to start using. They mentioned it in previous issues, but you see Klurt basically with his thing arms, like he's manipulating like a giant touch screen. And you see hints of literally every crisis that's going on in the galaxy right now that they know of. You see Snark War at the top going on. On the left, you see Throne World in its current issues. You see Chandalar in the middle, which is the Shi'ar capital. And it says ongoing political unrest. The X-Men have responded.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's we've known about that from the first the Hickman art on New Mutants, which I cannot wait until we go back and touch on that a little bit more.
Yep.
We see. I love that they put the Iron Man stuff on here and like the issues with Korvac.
Yep.
I don't know. They just got my cosmic space nerd going. Basically, we see that they're trying to juggle, everything that's going on, all these galactic problems. And, Klurt's trying to say Nova, like, hey, you need to get your team over to Throne World. And Nova's like, I get it, but listen, like, look, we got a lot of shit going on. And then we cut to our second team, or he says, basically, hey, keep me updated on what the other team's doing on RimWorld. So there's this other RimWorld number, blah, 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 on the outskirts of the galaxy. Or the universe, I guess, that they are looking for some surveyors that have gone missing, that have just, quit communicating. So this team that's out there is Phyla-Vell, Marvel Boy, Quasar, and Drax. And they find the surveyors. They're all burned on stakes.
Fucking dead.
Dead. Burned on stakes. They are in... no good. And then they notice that on the bottom is like ancient scroll text on the bottom. And they're like, oh, this is very interesting. And then we cut back to Throne World. We see Teddy fighting off these progenitors. And one of the things that they do is they experiment on creatures, and they like shoot mists that can mutate you.
Manipulate,
and that's exactly what they do to Teddy. They like spray him, and he like gets all gnarled and gets fangs and horns start growing, and Wiccan's like, oh shit, and like, captures them in a bubble and like starts, I don't know, yelling magic.
So what he says is that the toxin is manipulating his scroll part of his body, so it's affecting his scrollness.
It's his shape shifting is out of control, is what he says. And then we get our second Guardian team flying in. And here we have Peter, Groot, Nova, Moondragon, Gamora, and Rocket. And I'm sure this is your favorite panel of the book because it shows Peter Quill's big ass long fingernails.
But they're not that bad. I'm just saying this right now. They're not that bad.
They're just as bad. It's gross, and I don't understand it. Why is that a detail that we took from another artist and said, that's a good idea?
Clearly, there's something going on, and we're going to find out. But continue.
There's going to be a storyline about his nails.
Well, there's probably going to be a storyline about his appearance, and we get a little bit of that, like his appearance and his just mind in general. Like, there's something going on with Peter.
We're moving on here.
Okay, continue.
I was frustrated.
You're the one that brought it up, not me.
But I'm so frustrated by it. So basically, they come. Everyone gets, they kick the progenitor's ass, stop them.
Whoa! You're cutting out like a really cool spot.
What?
When Peter does his power up of Groot.
No, see, I'm trying to leave a little bit of tidbits.
But it's cool.
Okay, so Groot comes in, and Peter uses his all weapon.
If you don't want to spoil it, I'll just say that when Peter does do this thing, it's fucking cool. It's almost like to me, it's got a very like I wouldn't say Power Rangers, but it's a very like anime Japanese like jujitsu like boom, and he does like this freaking power up thing. It's really kick ass. So
that is cool. Also, if you have ever read Thanos Quest, and you remember about the interaction between Thanos and the Gardener, what happens to the Gardener? This happens to a progenitor.
I don't feel like I've read that.
I don't think you've read Thanos Quest.
But
it's a setup for Infinity War.
Okay.
Anyway, they basically fight and destroy and defeat the progenitors. Yay!
Yeah, they wreck them.
And after the fight, it seems like Gamora's like straight up trying to make up. She's like, all right, we're kind of weird, but like, let's.
She was a total hard ass to him, and now she's like,
yeah, now she's like, okay. And then now he's like, actually, I need more time. I had a son over there, and
right. So that's my theory. Outside of like, I bet Ewing was like, you need to keep the fingernails, because the fingernails and the whole like his whole appearance is just another layer to this whole like Peter is not the same.
Except you could do all that and not have the fingernails.
I know you could be on your spaceship and you could clip your fucking nails, but clearly that is not on Peter Quill's.
No,
agenda.
It's even worse than that, because they're not just like gnarly. He purposefully manicures them long.
Right.
But it's like, it's not that I'm sure
Ewing is waiting for someone like us to review it and be like, what the fuck's up with the like I might even put Guardians of the Galaxy number 13, our pick of the week. What the fuck is
fingernails?
Up with fingernails? Yes. That might be the thumbnail right there.
Oh my god. Okay.
If not, I'm putting it across the screen in the edit.
Yes. So after we have that weird interaction, the kind of awkward, sad interaction between Gamora and Peter. Yeah, I don't like them apart. Anyway.
No.
We go back to RimWorld, where we see that Quasar and Avril Kincaid are sort of bonded by the quantum bands and can do the old school clap clap bands and switch places. Now there's a little asterisk that says something about Guardians of the Galaxy Annual 1 from the Donny Cates run, which I have not read, and
don't remember that, and I read it too.
I don't have a clue who Avril Kincaid is. I don't know, but I'm interested, and I'm going to go find out after. I'm going to go find out later because I'm curious.
Quick aside: Professor Comics says Peter has talons now. Pretty much. We haven't seen him in action, but he does have talons now.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe the plot point is that he's just going to like.
Well, maybe like his gun like falls out of his hands and he has no other defense, so he's just like think, you know, like he just
Maybe.
How
Anyway,
does he wipe his butt? Jaden says, how does he wipe his butt? Very carefully.
very painfully. It's
yes.
got to be very painfully. But Quasar or Wendell, I guess I should say, because they're both Quasar. Wendell and Avril switch places so that Avril can sort of use her spy powers, you know, her spy abilities, stealthiness to see what's going on. Really, it's not necessary because it's like a huge, giant, massive cult meeting with a huge scroll shrine with fire and all of these massive people in robes. Like, it's straight up like a cult, like hardcore. And it turns out that these are like ancient exiled scrolls world that have sort of taken in a bunch of different alien races from around the galaxy that have been affected by the recent galactic upheaval. They're up to no good. So I think these are going to be our baddies for a little bit. And then finally, we cut back to our team that's still on Throne World, and they're all kind of getting ready to team up. And then the sky turns green, and we get lightning coming down, thundering down on everybody, and everyone just fucking boom, just instantly on the ground, out, done. You know, just like it was nothing. And who is it?
The doctor is in.
Dr. Doom, and he just picks up Hulkling's sword and is like, "Ah, the doctor is here."
So I was definitely confused. I mean, in a good way. I was confused about this part because Moondragon is sifting through one of the, again, what are they called? The big celestial eye.
The progenitors.
She's sifting through their minds to figure out why they were there.
Yeah,
and it's basically you find out that they were not told, but like. They were guided to the planet. And so was that Doom that did that, I would assume?
We don't know for sure. I mean, it's open-ended on purpose.
Okay. Because he's like going on and on and on about how like he is the rightful heir to the cosmos and like goes just total power trip.
I mean, so classic Doom. That's what he does.
But that for me that was the nail in the coffin for making this my pick of the week. This book, Ewing fucking hit it out of the park. Synopses wise, like this just didn't feel like his first run, like the first part of this run. It just felt like a total revamp. And it had everything. It had, you know, the social issue, or not the social issues, but like the deep dive depositions, right? It had all that. But it also had a good mix of action and intrigue and then a fucking cliffhanger. Like I was like, whoa, that's huge, man. Like I knew Doom was coming. I just didn't know Doom was coming like that. Like I didn't know he was going to show up like that.
That's how Doom does, man. He goes all in every time. You never know if he's going to decide to be a good guy or bad guy.
Yeah, but
mostly bad guy.
The biggest thing that got me was Peter Quill doing his galaxy jiu-jitsu on Groot, and because like it looked like he was gonna shoot him, and I think even Rocket, somebody was like, don't do that, like don't. And he was like, you don't understand what I'm doing, and he like broke it down on like a molecular level of like what plants need in order to become strong, and then he shot Groot, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. Like that detail of Peter Quill in the first arc has definitely shifted over. Like he's still doing this like cosmic other world, I'm in 3 places at once thing, and I'm totally for it, outside of the fingernails, of course. Anyway, but yeah, that's why it was my pick of the week. Why was it your pick of the week?
Well, I mean, honestly, it was all of it. It's my pick of the week because I'm just a cosmic nerd, and like it honestly it shows Al Ewing has a grasp, I think, of these characters. We went a little off board with a couple of issues, but I really think Al Ewing has a grasp of cosmic continuity, and I just like seeing all these characters that I really enjoy all together. Like seeing Philovel, Moondragon, Nova and Peter Quill, like it makes me feel like I'm reading Annihilation again. Like just having all of these characters together, I really like it. And now we've got Wendell Vaughn back in the mix, and I think Wiccan and Hulkling are really fun additions. Like really, I'm excited for them to be part of the team.
And I'll add on that, like for me, I don't know a lot about these characters, but Ewing drops so many seeds of like, well, where's this gonna go? Well, where's this gonna go with multiple characters? Like, I have not read one lick of thing about Quasar, and when he was in this book, I was like, who the fuck is that? Why is he going the ting ting ting? And now he's transforming. Like, so many questions, and in a good way, rather than being like so many questions. I'm never picking this book up again. It was like, no, I need to learn more. I think Ewing has. Whatever criticism he got at Marvel about having the Greek gods in has definitely like fully charged this revamp in issue 13 for sure.
I'm so glad they just sometimes I feel like Marvel or DC is just so quick to just be like let's cut it off, especially at 12. They can call it a maxi series and they'll just say it was a 12 issue run and we're done and start with a new person. Like I know Al Ewing is like one of their number one, if they're numbered 1 or number 2 writer
he's
right now.
He's the elite,
so
yes, for
obviously sure. He's going to get a long leash, but like I'm just glad that we just sort of just got a little bit of a pushback, a little bit more of a realignment, and I don't think that there could have been a better issue for the new beginning.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm going to do this one more time because I really want to like show that everybody knows that we've got this new animation. But just a reminder that this is
That's the gas. Pick of the week.
Yeah.
Hopefully it sounds great.
It does sound great, trust me.